Hello everyone, I'm Tanu Sharma and welcome to Take Me Back to the 90s podcast. This week we are celebrating cult classic movie Maine Pyar Kiya, which was released on 29 December 1989 and gained its popularity in the 90s. We have a very special guest from the film, Pervin Dastur, who played the role of Seema. Ma'am, although you played a negative character in the movie, you made a strong fashion statement with your outfits. What kind of feedback did you receive after movie was released?
Phenomenal. It was like I was mobbed, recognized everywhere I went. And like I was like there were calls of Seema auntie, which was my role in the name of my role in the film. And I was just wondering, what is this happening? It's like just it didn't even strike me that it was such a huge hit, and this is what I should take from here and go ahead. It didn't even strike me to do that. It's just like I was just so uh, thrown into this thing. There was nobody to guide me. And that was it. I mean, if people called me up to do a film, they would ask me, मैडम आप स्विमिंग करते हैं, स्विमिंग कॉस्ट्यूम पहनेंगे, आप घोड़ा चलाएंगे. That was the kind of Hindi films which were being made in those days. There was no OTT. There was very little happening on Doordarshan. Doordarshan had just started, just a bit. And there was really absolutely no great content happening. And so for me, and believe me, till now, I have done so much of English theatre and all starring roles. And I've done a play with Nasiruddin Shah, and I used to be in Nasirji's group. And we have done so much good theatre, that when somebody called me up to ask me, and I would say, role क्या है? Say, हाँ, role बता देंगे, लेकिन आप swimming costume पहनेंगे, आप गाड़ी चलाएंगे, आप घोड़ा चलाएंगे. So I was like, it was like a culture shock for me, honestly, because that's all they thought of. There was nothing else that they really, there was no role in mind.
Did Maine Pyar Kiya set high bar for you when choosing future roles?
I think it did. Also, for me, it was extremely important to work with people I could identify with, I could connect with. You understand? Because we had such a good and decent setting, I just wasn't ready for the swimming costume and the horse riding, if you ask me, and not knowing what my role was. Like, believe me, Surajji gave me a full bound script before we started shooting. I still have it. And it was a different experience. So that is why I was very, very choosy with who I worked. I got lots of offers. I would get calls like, I think, maybe 20 to 30 calls in a day. In those days, there was no mobile phone. So it was the landline which would ring. But it was, and again, being in South Bombay, they would expect me to go there to meet them. I would say, "नहीं, आप यहाँ आ जाओ." Which they found very strange also. But some of them did come. But yeah, that was it. And so I was very picky and choosy. After Maine Pyar Kiya, I did Arohan, as you know. Then I did before Arohan, I did a lovely film with Mani Kaul called Ahmak. When Mani Kaul ji was amazing to work with. He was just my kind of setup, very arty, very different. So we had a blast. And I did another movie with UTV called Dil Ke Jharokon Mein, which was also a very terrible movie. Sorry, I don't want to talk about it. I mean, it was lovely to work with the people, but it was not a great film to, write home about.
Ma'am, do you think actors in the industry get stereotyped based on the roles they play?
You would get stereotyped, definitely. But I mean, that's again up to the director, right? how he sees you. What does he see? What you are capable of, which very few directors actually go into it. Yeah, they will go into it for the very big stars and make them change their personalities. But I just wish I came at a time when there was a lot of OTT happening. I would have done a lot more wonderful work, you know.
Ma'am, did your family support your decision to pursue a career in acting?
My family always supported me. My husband always supported me, and so did my parents. And there was just no question of me not doing what I wanted to do. So they were all very happy with whatever I chose to do.
Have you had any reunions with the cast of Arohan or Maine Pyar Kiya?
Yes, Pallavi and I just recently, about a couple of years back, have done an OTT which has not been released. Margaon Files or Margaon. I don't know. We haven't really named it as yet properly. But Pallavi is there in it, and so is it's got a beautiful star cast. It's a lovely, well-made OTT, and I hope it releases soon. It's also got my husband and my younger daughter in it. There's Zeenat Ji and there's Suchitra Krishnamurthy, and it's got a very nice big cast, and we hope it sees the light of day.
Ma'am, are you in touch with any of your Maine Pyar Kiya co-stars like Bhagyashree, Salman Khan, Monish Bell, or anyone else from the cast?
I haven't met them recently. Like I said, Salman and I, we were in touch, Salman and Monish, because Monish also stays in South Bombay. So we were in touch a little bit after the movie for a few years, and then you kind of drift apart. Now, see, I was flying, I was not in the same industry. And then, but let me tell you, if I do meet any of them, it's always a very warm meeting. It's always very warm, and like as if we've just never been apart.
Ma'am, do you have any behind the scenes memories from your shoot days that you'd like to share?
It was all, everything was a lot of fun. Like, for Maine Pyar Kiya, so we would all sit together and Lakshmikant, we would get lovely home cooked food. And we would all sit but let me tell you, we had vegetarian food on the sets, okay? Which didn't go down well with a lot of people. So he would get his fish and somebody would get their thing, and everything was like, it was like one big family, just exactly how it is in the movie. It was like one big family, excepting I was not the wicked one in that family behind the scenes. I was, so that was it. Yeah, there's nothing, I don't remember any particular instance besides the one where my aunts and all came to see it and how that shot was not taken, but otherwise everything was.
Ma'am, do you remember your first shot?
Yes, my first shot I remember very well. It was at this studio called I don't know, there was some AC studio, Save Studio, something in the suburbs at that time, because studios were not AC. And it was the office scene, where I wear this yellow outfit. And just the scene where actually Prem, which is Salman's character, his father, Rajiv Verma, and my father and myself and some Monish, and we are in the office. And I think Alok Nath comes to me, some scene like that. And it was just one shot, like where I have to just throw the file. I didn't even know what I was doing, honestly. Surajji would tell me, this is how you have to do it. And I would just do it, So but yes, I do remember that scene very well. Yes, that was my first shot.
Ma'am, would you like to share your experience filming Ahmak, which you mentioned earlier in your conversation?
Yeah, Ahmed was a wonderfully made. It was another film made for Doordarshan by Mani Paul. Mani Paul was an art film director. He's no more now, but if you go, I think on YouTube, or I can send you a link. It's such a wonderful film. I mean, Maniji's films were always very uh, arty, I would say, arty. Let's say that. Okay. There was Neeta Vashisht in it, Rajit Kapoor, Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan was in Emma.
Oh, yes, I remember. I think this movie is called Idiot in English. I also spoke with Ravi sir and he mentioned the film starring Shah Rukh Khan.
Yes, yes, the same film. The same film. There was another beautiful experience because we were all in Goa for like nearly a month, staying together. Some of us, Navneet, myself, and this other girl, we were staying in this bungalow. And some of the cast was here, some of the cast was there, and we had a blast. It was really good fun. And like working with Mani Kaulji was another amazing experience. He wouldn't tell you anything. You just had to sit in front of him and he would say, Acha, ye line bol do. And if you did something out of the ordinary, something stupid, he would say, Arey, lovely, lovely. This is what I'm going to do. And I would say, are you sure? It's fine, you know? Is it? Yes, yes, yes. It's perfect. Perfect.
Ma'am, when you're part of such special movie, do you still receive any perks from it, like special attention or recognition?
Let me tell you, when I was flying, even now, when people meet me first, it's hi, hello, whatever. Then once they come to know I was that woman from that movie, the whole attitude does change. You know, I am just given some special, uh, what you call it, attention. Yes, definitely. And on the flights, so it used to always be. When my colleagues would come to know on the particular, oh, she's that girl, then I was like, I could do anything, you know. And they would be, nay, you know, yeah, it's fine, you know, this, that. So yes, I did get a lot of good and special attention also due to that movie. Yes.
Ma'am, if Maine Pyar Kiya were to be remade today, who do you think would be the ideal cast? And would you like to be part of that remake?
Of the youth today, from the young.
Maybe from, yeah, from the
I
present
would do
lot.
that role, it doesn't matter, but now I think I'm much older for that role.
Yeah, maybe from the
And let
present
me
lot.
tell you, I did dub for it in English also. I did
Wow.
the English dubbing myself. In fact, I was supposed to do my role and Bhagyashree's role.
It's
Okay.
when love calls, I think that's what they.
Yes, yes,
Ah.
yes. And the English version has my voice in it, my own voice for my character. And after I did that, I was supposed to do Bhagyashree's, but then the voice was too matching. So then they decided to go, and then they said, "Arey, we wish you had done Bhagyashree's first. Yours is a small role. Anybody could have done it." I said, "No, no, no. I wanted to do my role. I didn't want anybody dubbing for me in English." But yeah, if it's remade today, who do you think I would visualize as the main lead?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just can't think of anybody but the same people who were there. But yeah, out of the young ones, yeah, probably a Varun Dhawan doing Salman's role. And today, though, there is no vamp, no? Like the vamp is like very accepted. So
Ma'am, even though you played a negative role in the film, I believe you made a fashion statement with your outfits and your overall style in the film.
yeah, probably it was because especially my hair.
Yeah, and the
That is my hair. This is straightened hair.
oh, okay.
That is my hair. Uh, if I had been talking to you 2 weeks before, you would see that hair. But yes, that was my hair, and yes, it was a big statement in those days because nobody came with that kind of hair, you know. And even the clothes, yeah, they were all designed by Mani Rabani. She had won the Oscar or something for one of the Gandhi. I don't know, some movie she had designed. I don't. She was very well known. It was lovely because she was such a. She was also a Zoroastrian. I am a Zoroastrian, a Parsi. Um, Again, that you may not know. We
And
used to
I
have all these sittings, and I would tell her, no, no, I'm not comfortable in this. Make it like this, and make it, you know. And she would say, no, no, you have to look very hot. She would tighten it more. And And she's like, what is there? You have such a small waist. Your waist is smaller than most heroines in the industry. What are you bothered about? So I would say, no, but I have to be comfortable in it also, you know. But we had, yeah. The costumes were also very, very iconic. Yes, I agree. Especially that Bhagyashree's dress, which, you know,
The
that white color
pink.
dress she wore with that thing, yeah, and that
Okay.
pink dress, they were all being, and the
Yeah.
computer thing and that cap, and it was
Yeah,
all,
I was about to say that Friends cap.
yeah, the friend's cap, you know, it was all very,
I think it was the first movie where the merchandise were getting like these props and things were getting
yes,
sold.
yes, it was. It was a
Ah.
craze. It was a craze. It was like a big craze at that time. It was.
Ma'am, what are you currently working on and would you consider returning to the screen?
Yes, I have just finished that OTT some time back. We're waiting for the release, and I would love to do good work because now with the OTT, it's so easy to get good work. But maybe I'm just out of sight, so people don't really, you know, remember me as much.
Ma'am, you may be out of sight, but certainly not out of mind.
But still, they don't know what I look like, what I'm capable of now, you know, because it's 35 years. You can't just take somebody and say, okay, I want that lady there who was in
Yeah.
the movie. Don't know how, whether she can walk now or not.
Ma'am, would you be interested in working with Rajshri Productions again?
Of course, I would love to, but they should want me. I don't think I've met Surajji. I think after that, maybe once, many years ago, I bumped into him somewhere very briefly, but I haven't met anybody, you know, because like I said, I'm not from the film fraternity. You know, I don't even stay in the suburbs that I would go and meet people over there. I'm totally disconnected. So the only way anybody can connect with me is to call me up and, you know, come and meet.
Ma'am, we're going to play a quick 90s themed Bollywood rapid fire. Ma'am, your all-time favorite Bollywood movie?
मैंने प्यार किया.
A co-star you had most fun working with?
Star I had the most fun working with. Okay, Salman Khan.
A role you wish you had done?
Actually, there was a film called Percy in which I was supposed to do a small role. It was again a little Doordarshan sort of film, which was directed by a Parsi guy called. And I was offered the role of the girl this Percy boy wants to marry. That was such a lovely role, and I couldn't do it. I wish I'd done it.
The most memorable dialogue from Maine Pyar Kiya?
Oh my God, so many. But I'll tell you one was that party scene where I go and say, "Kiss kiss ko rokogi suman." इसकी वजह सिर्फ तुम हो मेहमान हो मेहमानों की तरह रहो इस रिश्ते को और आगे मत बढ़ाओ ये तुम्हें और प्रेम को बदनामी के सिवा और कुछ नहीं देगा that
This
and many but this was quite a memorable one. Yes.
describe Salman Khan in one word.
Kind.
If you could remake Maine Pyar Kiya today, which actor would you cast in your role?
I think it would have to be one of the heroines only. It would be like a I don't know if they will feel bad if I say this, but you know, it would be like a Kareena Kapoor or a Priyanka Chopra, one of those girls who had a lot of oomph. You know, you had to have somebody like that.
Your Bollywood song.
Dil Divana. And of course, the whole Antakshri.
One thing that you miss most about the 90s.
About the best thing about the 90s was there were no mobile phones. So you just, the early 90s, so you just weren't connected. So you had your own space, but you were there. You know what I mean? I actually would have loved to do even Zaban Sambhal Ke, which again I was offered, but then I started flying. And my friend Tanaz did my role in it. So I thought, I mean, that Mind Your Language is so iconic. It was said, you know, Zaban Sambhal Ke was Mind Your Language, which was the British show. And I would love to do something like that again. So much fun. If the youth, the young people today want to act, yes, there is a lot of opportunity. Of course, there is a lot of competition also. for them. But there is a lot more opportunity than we had in the 90s. But right now, there's a lot more good work happening on these, on these OTTs. So you can easily make it a career.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today and making this so special. I hope you continue to entertain and inspire us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Tanu. It's a pleasure talking to you. Connect with you soon. And I hope I also do some good work.